My bike isn't the most expensive, it's not the most fancy or anything like that, so it's all you need to get out there and start having some fun.
Hey, I'm Josh and I run Josh JB YouTube channel, which is based around motorcycle adventure.
Some of the biggest adventures that I've been on that are on my YouTube channel would be the Simpson Desert adventure and my Cape York adventure. I did the Simpson Desert a couple of years ago. It was a 5,000 round trip. I rode all the way from my home at the Gold Coast all the way out to the centre of Australia and crossed the Simpson Desert. Now the Simpson Desert is 500 kilometres between fuel stops and there is hundreds of sand dunes. It's a really, really tough adventure, but I did it all unsupported on my own. So I had to carry everything on this bike that I needed to get me through the desert. I needed enough fuel and enough water and food to be able to camp and make it to the next town to get fuel again to make my way back home. I got into adventure riding sort of by mistake. I bought this bike initially as a commuter and just to go out on the weekends and have a bit of fun. But after a while, seeing other people out on their bikes, camping and having all these adventures, I wanted to have a go as well. I'd done a lot of camping with four-wheel drives and things like that, but I wanted to jump on the bike and bring a new element to it and have some more fun. So this bike here is my 2019 DRZ 400E. I've had it since brand new, since 2019, so it's about 5 years old now. I've added a lot of stuff, as you can see here. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get an adventure bike is a bigger tank for more fuel, and the seat that I'm sitting on as well is a lot more comfortable than the seat that come on this thing. Two things that you definitely want on an adventure bike, but there's so many things on here that I probably can't list right now, but I've got the luggage for all my camping gear. On the back here, I've got the rack to carry everything else as well. Toolkit up the front, the navigation system here with the Garmin up front here as well. I've got some heated grips for those colder mornings also. But yeah, so many things that I've added to this bike over the last 5 years. So I started creating content pretty early on when I got this bike. It just started off as a bit of a hobby. I've always liked sharing photos and videos with families and friends of any camping or adventures that I go on. So I just started to film all my rides, put the GoPro on the helmet and away I went. After a little while, it started to gain a little bit of traction on YouTube and Instagram, things like that. So I never really thought anyone would be interested in watching any of this stuff, but it's really cool to see it grow over the last few years and people jumping on board and supporting me and watching all my adventures. So how I ride with confidence out on these adventures, a couple of things. First one would be making sure my navigation is on point. I use my Garmin Zumo right here, so before I go out on any adventure, I pre-plan the route and make sure that's all uploaded in there so I don't get lost out on the tracks. And the second one would be my Garmin InReach Mini, which I wear on my backpack. That's my satellite communicator, so I can communicate with anyone, anywhere and send text messages, even if I don't have any phone reception. And it also has an SOS feature on it, so if I do crash or I need help of any kind, I can hit that button and I should have help on the way.
Bendix Moto. Ride with confidence.